Hey everyone, this is Noble Artist here, and today is another tutorial Tuesday. First off, I want to say I didn't post the You Pick I Paint on yesterday. I guess would have been Monday, but I did have a good reason. I have the figure and all that good stuff, and I'm just trying to do something really awesome with it. And it took a little longer than I thought, so I didn't get the video out. But I'm still working on it, and when it is made, it's going to be epic. So hopefully I'll get that video out tomorrow for that. I'm sorry, I'm kind of behind on stuff. I feel like that's the story of my life. I'm always behind on things. But I do apologize, and it will be coming out. But today's going to be a quick tutorial. Just actually a really super fast tutorial. So I've been trying to figure out, like, a lot of people keep asking me questions on how to do stuff, and I'm trying to pick questions to answer that the majority of people can get something out of. And a lot of people, when they're doing customs, this is going to help them a lot. So there are some tutorials and stuff like that I want to show you guys, but it's more like specific stuff. This is kind of an overall general thing. I'm going to show you guys how what I do to the arms, and I don't really do much to the legs, but I can show you that too. But what I do to the arms in order for it not to scratch when you move them, because a lot of times when you paint the arms and you paint the torsos, when you move the arm up and down, it just scratches all into it, and we do not want that. So, excuse me. What you're going to need is just a clone or whatever Lego Trooper you want. You can do this with any Lego, so this isn't really a Star Wars video. It's more or less for any custom you want to make. But first off, you notice like if the arms are kind of rigid, like they're kind of hard to move up and down, which we don't really want, because once you paint it and put stuff on there, you want it to move easily, so you're not going to break pieces off and mess up your custom. So what you do is take the arm off and very gently take an X-Acto knife, or if you have some other kind of knife, even scissors might work if you use one of the blades, but you're just going to trim just a little itty bitty microscopic sliver. I'm not sure if you can see right there on the end of this X-Acto knife, just a little sliver off the arm, and then it will move a lot easier. So if your arms are kind of stuck, I suggest doing that first. So what you're going to need, other than your figure, take the arms off, you're going to need sandpaper of some description. You don't have to have sandpaper, but it helps. I do have this. It's called a rat's tail. It is like a sanding file. This is made out of this is metal. That did not sound like metal, but it's metal. So you'll need this or sandpaper. If you have one or the other, you can probably get by with just that. Sorry, I'm still getting over being sick, so I might be coughing. What you're going to do is take the figure's arm like so. This is where this comes in handy because it can get into the crevices. And then you're just going to file. It might look like I'm putting a lot of pressure because my hand's holding this, but I'm not putting very much pressure on this at all. I mean, you can see how like all that white flaky powder on the figure. And you're just going to file this away. You can kind of use your judgment. You can go too far, and you can go not far enough. So you kind of want to tilt it up and down different angles, because this piece, you got that back part and the front. You want to make sure it's all even. Blow away all that extra stuff. If you take the hand off, you can see how close you get to filing all the way through. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see that, but you can see how it's not going to focus that well. I need a new camera, that's what I need. But you can kind of judge off of that, like how far down you can go. Not necessarily how far you want to, but just let you know that you can still go farther if you want. So I'm going to go a little bit more. It's kind of hard to hold this at this angle. So just find an angle that's comfortable. Just sand all around. Make sure you blow off that extra stuff. So once you feel like that's sanded pretty well, because you can see right there how it's almost where the hand is, and you don't want to go all the way through that. So once you've sanded that, I don't need the other arm. Once you've sanded that down, take your figure, and right here on the side of the torso, do the same process. Now you can go about halfway up right here, where the arm socket is, about halfway. Now if you go all the way through, then it's kind of obsolete, because once you put the arm in, you're just kind of evening everything out, so your arm's going to go down with it. So file this. You can be generous with this one. Just file it down. You can see there's a lot of stuff on that. And make sure you clean this off so it can work properly. So yeah, once you figure you got enough of that. Now the sandpaper, this is optional. If you want it to be a little bit more smooth, you can sand that. Sometimes the rat tail, it makes it a little jagged at times, so if you want, you can go over some fine sandpaper, go back over it, make it smooth again. I said smoothie. So what you're going to do is, did I seriously do the wrong arm for the wrong side? I did. Wow, fail. Okay, so make sure when you're doing this, do the right side of the figure. It doesn't matter because I'm going to do the other side anyway. I have to do both. So you can see like just how much shavings are coming off of this. So you just want to make sure you get all of it. I don't normally do side printing on figures, but when I do, this is how I get it so it doesn't rub off. That can be me. I don't always do side painting, but when I do, I sand the figure. Okay, so now you got that sanded down. You go ahead and put your arm on. And then, I'm not sure how well you can see. I'll try to move my hand out of the way. You can see the lighting. Actually, hold on. Now you get this in a better view. This will focus. You should be able to see that gap in between the hand. You can see, hopefully you can see the lighting behind the figure's hand. There's that gap there. You can still move it and all that stuff, but there's just enough gap that when you paint it, it won't scratch when you move your arm up and down. So I recommend using apple barrel paint when you do that because it is very thin. If you do use Testors paint, it's more permanent. Apple barrel is actually really weak paint. It scratches super easy. So if you don't want it to scratch off, obviously don't touch it a lot, but you can use apple barrel. Testors, if you water it down, if you get some, I believe it's paint thinner. I never used it yet, so if you use, well, it's really old, so I don't know what I used it for, or someone else might have used it, but paint thinner will hopefully make it thin enough that it won't scratch too much. But when I do this, I paint the entire arm black for all my figures. I just take it off, paint the entire thing black, and then I put it back on, and then so when he puts his arm up, right under there on that side is black as well. So with that being said, that's how I do that. Then again, you can just paint the torso or paint the side wherever you want, and hopefully that should do that. And that depends on how much you sand. If you sand, if you don't sand it enough, then it will scratch. Just be careful with it. Now for the legs, I don't really do the legs that often because I do put the comma on my figures, and it makes it so you can't really bend the legs super much. But what you need to do for that is just bend the legs down. You can even take them off if you want. Not up easier. Woo! And then just kind of do the same process with the sanding. You can just take it like so and then just sand up and down. And just, I'm not actually going to do it to this one because I don't normally do this to my figures. I will probably do them if I don't give them a comma and I want their legs to move freely. But just sand that part down, and you can use, this sandpaper or what have you. And then put it on. You can even probably leave the feet on and do it and just sand across. That way when you put it the legs back in position, they don't scratch against that black bar right there. You can even go as far as, if you take the leg off, you can even go as far as sanding this black bar down a little bit. You can try to get some filing there. Or if you're super determined, you can take an X-Acto knife and actually trim that back. It's kind of hard to see because it's all black, but trim that piece right there back. So there is actually nothing that can hit the leg. Because all you need is this peg to be on there. So you can sand all that back if you need to. So you can either do it by sanding the feet or sanding this black piece. And that's how you can do that for the feet. I feel like I didn't really accomplish much in this video other than just tell you guys how I do that. I said it'll be short, and it's actually almost 10 minutes, so I apologize. I was probably rambling a lot. But that's how I sand down the arms and the legs so the paint does not scratch off. I hope this helped because I know a lot of people are trying to do their customs and people keep asking me that question. So I hope that helped. If not, I apologize, and I will do better next time. So if you guys like this video, if you learned something from it, please hitchhike it. Don't forget to subscribe. Every time you guys subscribe, it helps me out so much. I appreciate it. It is really encouraging to see that you guys enjoy my my figures and my videos. With that being said, I have a button right up here so you can hit that subscribe button. Also, I will leave the shout out going up in here for the person who left the comment first on my last video. And a little surprise for you guys. I am working on a new Kashyyyk Trooper. This is going to be really awesome. I used a really cool magnet technology for the visor and stuff. I'm not going to like show you the figure like in detail because I'm still working on the weapon. I'm actually going to take the weapon out of view, but I'll show you really fast. Okay, okay, that was it. Now I'm joking. Bam! This is my new Kashyyyk Trooper coming soon. Coming to a theater near you. So stay tuned for that, guys. Subscribe if you want to see it and see some more cool videos. Alrighty, guys. You have an awesome day. God bless, and I will see you later.